half right here on Backstage and all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Jackie Ray, J Ray the Fanatic on all social media. And guys, I am over the top excited because this is my first Olympian, you guys. So please help me welcome 2020 high jump Olympian, Miss Rachel McCoy, to the show. Welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I couldn't be doing any better.
Man, you look good. You look like you're glowing. So
Thank you. Thank you. I had to get the lighting just right to get that
right.
glow.
I know you look great. I'm so excited to have you here. So let's just dive right in because I know this is a fantastic story and it starts a long time ago. So let's start at the beginning. How did you first get involved with track and field in the first place?
My friend Terrace Williams in my freshman year of high school, actually, she dragged me up to the track. I started off on the basketball court a few months before, and I just always had a knack of jumping high. I can grab the rim at free will. It wasn't anything spectacular to me because it was just normal. So she dragged me out to high jump, and here I am in Air Forces, chucks, jumping 5 feet in practice, and apparently that was just unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And me not knowing what I'm actually doing was just, I was like, okay, well, the bar keeps going up, I can keep jumping higher. So that's pretty much how it started.
That's amazing. So you could have gone either way, WNBA or Olympian, huh?
Oh yeah, that's later on in the story. We'll get there.
Okay, I'm excited to hear about that. So you go out there, you do this amazing jump. Was it a coach? Was it your friend that just said, hey, wait a minute, you need to be doing the high jump? Or did it just click for you automatically?
It clicked after I felt that, okay, I'm good at this. Then I needed no more convincing. It could have been pole vault. If I was good at it, no more convincing.
Right.
I actually wanted to be a sprinter because they're the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
But
now I know you're from the IE,
mm-hmm.
and because I heard you say you always represent for the 909. So how much has your community really played a part in your journey right now?
Oh wow. Without the community I had, that saying, it takes a village to raise, that was my village. Without them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Like not only just an athlete, just the person. I had mothers that accepted me as their child. I had coaches that took me under the wing, multiple mentors that if they weren't there in my life, like I said, I wouldn't be an Olympian. Like any one of them was a key piece.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about that because I know every journey has a dark moment. Is there a dark moment that you can remember that someone from your village really took time and lifted you up? And if they hadn't, maybe you wouldn't be where you are right now?
That's a great question. If I'm neglecting anyone, my apologies, but the very first person I would like to say my life, the life I can remember, is to show me unconditional love is my coach Sue, who's still my coach to this day. I was blessed, truly blessed to meet her in 2014, which is part of another story, but I met her. She was one of those people that took me under her wing and just showed me that no matter what I did, she wasn't going anywhere. So that was probably, and she's a little outside my village. She lived in Texas, but probably the first person that I can say showed me that.
So she lives in Texas. You're from the IE. How did you guys meet?
So, do you want the whole story? Should I just go back?
Give me all you got.
Okay. So, upon graduating high school, I had a full ride scholarship to Long Island University in Brooklyn, New York for basketball, because I guess where my attention was. 2 months in, I was just distracted, derailed, a little misguided, and I ended up giving up the scholarship. Now, in doing so, I didn't know at the time I was violating tons of rules. So, with that being said, I couldn't compete collegiately within a D1 or within an NCAA for a year. Okay, so I was like, okay, I can sit out a year. Sure, I will still train. So I went home to, I didn't go home. I went to Las Vegas to regroup.
Right.
And, Oh man. And after that regroup, I then went home a couple months later and started to attend Chafee Junior College. And doing so, I violated another or activated another rule saying if you go from a 4-year institution to a 2-year, you have to get your associate's degree before you go back to a 4-year.
Oh,
I
wow.
wasn't aware of that one either. So me giving up that basketball scholarship, it altered my life in more ways than just one. But I went to Chafee. I competed in track and field. It was high jump. Coach Blackman, I think was his name. I'm grateful that he's got me signed up for nationals, and through nationals, that's where I first met my coach. But it was just, she was coordinating the high jump, and she recalls it as I had a hat on backwards, just a goofy kid out there. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that that competition was to set you up for the junior worlds, which was kind of even bigger. And I had no idea. So I ended up making it to junior worlds, and that's where my coach and I truly connected. But it was on a whim. She wasn't even supposed to be on the field at the time. So it was just a blessing. She's my guardian angel.
A lot of stars had to align for the two of you to meet.
A lot. That's what I'm saying. This can't be by accident. This
Right.
whole journey.
That's a great story because it all, and that's the lesson I've learned throughout my life is sometimes things that kind of derail you end up putting you on a track that
Oh yeah.
like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, this is where I'm supposed to be.
And it's probably taking me still to this day. Sometimes I'll have remorse, like, oh, I just should have stayed in New York. Especially when things get tough, because it was like I had it all. There's nothing more I needed, and I gave it up. But here I am with another opportunity. I had to go completely around in a circle, upside down, just to get back to the same type of achievement that I felt I was potentially set myself up for with basketball. I started listening. That's the biggest change I altered in my life as a person, is just listening to the people that have been there.
There's a lesson in that, a lot of people, there is a lesson in that. So I appreciate you being so honest with that. Uh,
Absolutely.
that's because people need to hear that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have those people you say things over and over and over again, and then you're like, okay.
And I'm sure I was one of, in my 20s, early 20s, I'm still 20. But, I'm sure I was one of those people where you just had to keep repeating. And I asked my coach so many times, like, wow, how did you do it? She said, I prayed. She said, I prayed. So the prayer worked. And eventually, I stopped thinking that I knew what was best for me when I
Hmm.
didn't even know how to get there.